What's going on, everybody? Dark here again. Some more Persona 3, and can't tell if I was just hearing things or if I just heard two cats getting ready to fight. So tonight, I'm just gonna quickly dip out and go and turn in this request for Elizabeth. Shouldn't really need to do much else tonight, honestly. Alright, let's see. I should be pretty well stocked on items. Oh yeah. I got plenty. Ah, that's what I heard. The cat has discovered a bug on the ceiling. And yep, I watered the flowers. Yeah. I mean, I have that ability. You want to see? I have questions. I have questions. Well, let's see if we have anything else now. Nope, that's it. Nice. Well, I'll accept the other ones when I actually go to Tartarus next. So I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Again recently, and geez, that card game has just changed so much. Like, I'm back from, like, the original season and GX days, but now it's all synchros and XYZs and pencil and all this other, like, crazy shit. I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. I'm incapable of understanding it, I guess. And like every card has a paragraph effect now. There's just hardly any normal monsters that, you know, just have no effect. I trust you. What's up, Koro? You got anything? Oh. What we can do, though, is we can check and see if there's any more recordings. And unfortunately, I realized, like, way late into this that I could actually turn on achievements for this game on the emulator I'm using. And, yo, there's a new one. But they don't activate retroactively, so no point in turning it on now. That wasn't too far back. Oh my. Wait. Who's that woman in the picture with Ken? That must be his mom. It almost looks like Chihiro. He's got a Rubik's Cube with only one side finished. Absolutely pro move. And he's got a gerbil that can run without moving. Ha! Yeah. You got a lot of milk in there, Jesus. That didn't sound like your voice, but...
This room is really too small to practice in.
I mean, you could make more space if you move things around a little bit. But you are using a spear, so...
But come to think of it, I don't have to practice in secret anymore.
No?
I don't live on the first floor in this dorm, so I might be disturbing the people downstairs.
I don't think anybody lives on the first floor.
I chose a long weapon so I wouldn't lose to an adult's reach.
Makes sense.
But the longer the weapon, the better it is for taller people. Ow! Ow! I hit my shin again.
Poor
I
guy.
hope I get taller soon.
Oh, Ken. Can you... Oh, I was hoping you could do the cool thing where you, like, just whack it with your foot and bring it up to catch it into your hand.
Whew. Maybe I should drink more milk.
That doesn't necessarily make you grow bigger, but it makes your bones tougher.
It hurts my stomach sometimes, though.
You're lactose intolerant.
Oh.
You just can't win, buddy. Okay, he's certainly trying. That was pretty sweet. Alright. Now, as per the norm, I don't think we can really go to Taurus tonight because I can't find anybody that would normally let us go, but we should be able to go tomorrow. That's if you choose to, though. I'm still way too strong.
Hello? It's me. I'm sorry for calling so late. As for what to do with the new arrival, I would like to ask that you perform a full autopsy. If we find any distinguishing features, we may be able to locate her family, and I can't shake my suspicion that the Kirijo group is tied to Strega in some way.
Oh.
Because of this, I think it would be disrespectful to the deceased to cover up her death. I will, of course, take full responsibility. Huh? What did you say? Transmogrified? You mean the corpse?
So she's still alive?
But judging by the post-mortem, we were certain she was... Understood. I'm sorry, but this must be kept strictly confidential until we know more. If there are any other changes... Yes, absolutely. Well then.
Huh.
What's going on? We'll have to wait and see what happens for now.
No, we're just gonna go ahead and go to sleep earlier. Well, that's definitely odd. And tomorrow will be the full moon, so... Oh, just skipping right to the parade, eh? And exactly who I wanted to see. Oh. This is unusual. Oh. We just saw him like a night or two ago. Oh well. But as you could probably tell, we're going with Mitsuru today. And yes, I am.
L'ouvrier, la vérité finit toujours par s'améliorer. À chaque jour suffit sa peine, chacun trouve chaussure à son pied. Le temps...
Could you imagine the cost of it took an entire octopus? You're so intelligent, but you know nothing of the world. And the answer here is to actually ask her to treat us. No, it's usually sold like a tray of 8, I think. I'm not sure that hers actually have octopus inside it, though. Oh my. Wait. So because she learned how good takoyaki tastes, our relationship improves? Alright. Sure, why not? That's certainly something. Not really. He's just grown a lot since Shinji's passing. Yeah. And the answer is, does that make you happy? Yeah, I think almost everybody here's lost someone now. I think the only person here who hasn't had someone just die on him is Fuka. Yeah, because I lost my parents, you've lost your dad, Yukari lost her dad, Aki lost Shinji, he was also an orphan, Kuro-chan lost his owner, Ken lost his mom, Junpei lost Chidori now, Fuka's the only one I don't think's actually lost someone. And you can answer any here. It'd be kind of awkward to say she's in love. I'd say she's anxious. I'd say you've already grown. And we agree to forget about it. I guess that's the downside of having such a full schedule all the time, is you miss out on the little things in life.
Sup, dude?
What's up, Junpei? Yep. Also true. And right near a full moon. Can I see Junpei's stats yet? There we go, and oh, he learns high counter that early? That's not bad at all. And what is Spring of Life? I don't remember that being there. I wonder if it lets him restore health every turn or something, or maybe it's like a healing spell that he can use. But I think everybody's personas have now evolved. With the exception of Koros. He hasn't evolved yet. I'm not sure how his would evolve, though. Oh, and Aegis's hasn't evolved yet either. Everybody else has, so... She's a pretty sweet robot. I don't really care. Wasn't the response I was expecting, but alright. Oh, I'm not worried about my exams. That's nothing. Oh, you're shorthanding her name to I, okay. Took me a second there. Yeah, me too. He's got more balls than brains, I give him that. And as usual, if you feel a little weak, you can always go to Tartarus at this point. I don't feel much of a need to at the moment. Plus, I don't have a huge amount of time to record today, so... I'm just gonna be happy with doing social links for a little bit. And now it's the day of the full moon. Let's see if we actually get to do anything. I believe in you. I don't know exactly what you're at such a huge concern for, but alright, and unlike other full moon days, we can actually do something during the day now instead of having to go straight back to the dorm. And today we're just spending time with lovers. Sorry, I got so distracted. I saw something black moving out of the corner of my eye near my bedroom window. It was just a crow. There was a big black lab that had ran into my yard yesterday while I was taking care of trash. And about scared the crap out of me because I'd never seen this dog before, and he was very much full grown. Oh. Just says it's growing stronger. There's not... Oh my.
Hi, how was your day?
So the next hangout won't be a rank up. Oh. And no, I haven't. That's not like her. And you're all talking about the same stuff. Oh, with no operation or anything. You know what? I'm actually gonna go out to the mall and I'll burn a little bit of cash to mess with Odin's stats. Because I plan on using him for a good while. I'm not sure if you can go to Tartarus, at least if you want to level Aegis. Because if she's returning late all the time, she might not be available. Lucky for... Oh, I think that's his magic. Which is useful. Oh, yeah. Because I'm going to be using him mainly for magic-based attacks, so... Oh. Alright then.
I've been looking for you.
And you don't transmogrify on the dark hour.
You! You're...
What are you doing here?
Oh, that's right. You don't really like me, do you? Well, to answer your question, I ended up here when I came to my senses. It's strange. The sky and the ground look so weird. And there's no one here. Something terrible has happened here, and yet I feel at peace.
Have you forgotten?
Uh-oh.
Forgotten what?
The Dark Hour. A time period few people are active during.
Sounds like your voice has changed a bit
But
too.
you've somehow adapted to it. Too well for a human, in fact. Yes, it's all so clear. Now, I understand the reason behind this feeling I sense when you're around. You are not good. You are my enemy.
Your enemy? That's right. On a night like tonight, the moon was full. It was long ago.
Yes, we met once before. As adversaries.
Who am I? Who are you?
I am Aegis. The last remaining anti-shadow emergency control weapon. A machine created to destroy shadows.
Created to destroy shadows?
And you, your true name is Death.
Oh.
You are the shadow I sealed away 10 years ago.
Looks like she's about to seal you away again, homie.
Yes, 10 years ago. The night I was born into this world, I set foot on this very bridge.
The sole purpose of my existence is to destroy shadows. For that reason, I was given a personality and a persona.
They said I was death, the 13th arcana that was never meant to be. And I wasn't in this world for long before parts of my body escaped me, leaving me incomplete, as I was when I met you.
Even so, your strength was far greater than I anticipated. The only possible alternative was to seal you away. And as circumstance would have it, a suitable vessel was available. A human child standing nearby. So I did what was necessary.
I see. So I was confined within him. And I led him to my 12 missing pieces without realizing it. And then... I remember everything. It all makes sense now. Who and what I am.
Palladian!
Stop, don't be foolish, Aegis. There's no way you can win. I'm different than before.
A machine is created for a purpose. Mine is to defeat you. I exist for nothing else.
It doesn't have to be that way.
I am sorry. failed. A machine is worthless if it cannot fulfill its purpose. I'm sorry. I'm afraid.
Hey, don't scare me like that.
That was a whole cut scene and so much that I just never got to see in the portable version. That was awesome. And it explains so much. Everything from Orpheus being ripped apart to bring out Thanatos. The kid that was always talking to us and why he looks so similar to Ryoji. All the pieces are falling into place.
Is something wrong?
Well, it's a full moon tonight. You noticed it too, didn't you, Senpai? Jeez, I'm starting to feel like a workaholic. Oh no, did something?
We don't know anything for sure. However, we can't find Aegis.
Huh. Where would she have gone?
I sensed a persona, but it quickly disappeared. And soon after that, I couldn't detect Aegis's presence.
Could it have been Strega?
No.
Well, she hasn't sensed any of their members, but we can't be positive.
Oh, they don't have Chidori to cloak them.
I've confirmed Aegis's location. She's on the Moonlight Bridge.
All right, call the others. Let's see what's going on there.
Oh, she's just sizzling.
Aegis!
I'm sorry. I
don't think he ever even hit back.
remember everything. Who I am. Who he is. I know why I wanted to be by your side. I'm sorry. I failed.
You can answer however you like here.
I'm sorry.
There's no need for you to apologize. You?
Ryoji-kun? Wait, what are you doing here? Aegis!
What's going on?
It's all my fault.
Akihiko, wait. He's not showing any signs of aggression. Tell us. Who are you? What are you?
I'm the same as the beings you call shadows.
You're a shadow?
I'm the embodiment of all shadows. The Appriser, born from the union of the 12 Arcana.
The Appriser?
I remember everything now. The frightening truth about myself and shadows. It's all so hard to believe.
You know the truth about shadows?
Yes, Shadows are here to facilitate the rebirth of the maternal being. She will begin to awaken as she is drawn to me. The appriser.
You're the appriser?
What is this maternal being?
She is a great entity. There is no comparable word in your language for her. 10 years ago, a man collected a great number of shadows and contained them in a laboratory. That's where I was born. But the unification was interrupted, and I awoke in an incomplete state. Not long after, I fell to Aegis, as she did to me.
Aegis? Is that true, Ryoji?
She knew she could not defeat me. So in an act of desperation, she sealed me within a child who happened to be standing nearby. That child grew up, carrying me inside him. And by a twist of fate, he later returned here as a transfer student.
You mean...
Yes. I lived inside him. His special persona awakened, as did the 12 shadows, all in order to become one with me.
Ryoji, you're the appriser? And you were inside him? None of this makes sense!
It's all my fault. I'm sorry. There's more I need to tell you.
Ryoji-kun!
He appears to be exhausted. Let's let him rest. We have Aegis to attend to as well. We'll continue our talk later.
So even though it was a shadowless full moon, we still had a lot of events happen.
He's awake now. Let's meet tonight on the 4th floor.
Alright.
Okay.
All right then. I'll see you later.
Damn that Ryoji.
He didn't know until Aegis reminded him, just relax.
Is everyone present?
Are you okay, Ryoji-kun?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks. Besides, there's more I have to tell you guys.
Ryoji-kun.
Yes, there are many questions we need answered. To begin with, you said shadows were here to facilitate the rebirth of the maternal being. Please elaborate on this.
The maternal being is called Nyx.
Who the hell's Nyx?
For those of you familiar with your mythology, that is I believe it's Greek goddess of night.
Nyx is the mother of shadows. In ancient times, she bestowed death to this world.
Or maybe it was... Yeah, I believe it was night because it was Thanatos' death, and I can't remember the other name of the being that worked alongside him. Hypnos, I believe, is the god of sleep.
If she is awakened, darkness will once again cover the land and all life will vanish.
You mean everyone will die?
All life will vanish? Then that must mean... the fall.
But it's still possible to keep it from happening, right? What? There's no way to prevent it?
I'm sorry.
Wait, what are you apologizing for? Are you saying it's for certain?
Yes. You heard the bell. I'm the appriser of death. My existence is the affirmation of the fall.
When will it happen?
I'm afraid you will not live to see spring.
But that's not too far away. What are you guys freaking out about? All we have to do is defeat this Nyx. And that won't be a problem, because we've never lost.
You're wanting us to take on a god here.
Defeating Nyx is impossible. It has nothing to do with strength, ability, or power. Just as all living things die, and the flow of time is continuous, Nyx cannot be defeated.
What? That's bullshit!
This is all so sudden.
I was born from a collection of shadows. But now I have a human form, so I can talk with you, laugh with you, cry with you. All gifts I received because I was inside him. So, I can give you a choice.
A choice?
Nyx's coming cannot be avoided. But it is possible to live in peace until she arrives. You'll have to kill me. If I were to disappear, all memories of the Dark Hour would disappear with me.
Say,
As would any recollection of the fate that awaits you. You won't remember anything.
that is certainly a, ultimatum.
The coming of the fall will be instantaneous, and you will not suffer.
We'll forget everything?
You'll be able to return to your normal lives. And in doing so, the time until the fall will be slightly delayed. In essence, I am the same as Nyx and cannot be killed. But thanks to him, there's a part of me that's human. So if death comes from his hands, I think it may be possible.
Ryoji-kun.
If you don't kill me, you will suffer more than you could ever imagine. With no hope for salvation, you will live every day paralyzed by the fear of your impending death. And I don't want you to have to endure such pain.
I don't want my memories to be erased. To forget everything would be like hiding from the truth.
Would that really be such a bad thing? All that awaits you now is despair. You don't know the terror of absolute death. Please, don't make your decision without at least thinking about what I've said.
Why is this happening?
You don't have to decide right now. You have until December 31st, New Year's Eve, to think about it. After that, I'll dissolve into the blackness of the dark hour and become intangible.
Ryoji?
I will disappear with the coming of Nyx anyways. So don't worry about me. I'll be back on New Year's Eve.
Hey, Ryoji, wait!
Just let him go.
Wait! I can't sense him anymore.
Oh, so he just can disappear at will now.
Ryoji-kun's no longer here.
Are you sure?
Yes. Ryoji-kun.
We will see him again on New Year's Eve.
It's a little jarring to come back from that to this music. Yeah. It's one of those things we always keep in the very, very back of our minds.
So dance while I put you in a trance and let's party. Boogie in your body. Want that body. Make sure you don't hurt nobody. I say, hey, hey, hey.
Doesn't have any control over it, Junpei.
Yeah, get up off of that thing. Dance and shake and let's swing.
But a lot has happened now. So for now, I think we can look forward to the resolve of doing more in the next episode. So until then,